Hello, dear ones. Father Peter John here at All Saints Orthodox Church in South Fairfax Road, Bloomington, Indiana. Christ is in our midst. I wanted to talk to you today briefly about Saint Demetrius. You'll recognize his icon. It's up on the front right of the church by the confession corner. Saint Demetrius lived in the 3rd century. He was a soldier in the Roman army, but considered himself first a soldier in Christ's army. He would have meetings with the soldiers and talk to all of them about Christ, which of course eventually got him an incredible amount of trouble. He was arrested and thrown in prison, and the order was given for him to be tortured. It was a real nightmare. The emperor was not happy that one of his own soldiers was converting the other soldiers away from paganism and emperor worship. Well, while he was in prison, one of his friends, very close friends, a disciple of his, his name was Nestor or Nestorus, came to him and asked for a blessing for something very unusual. It seems that the emperor had put out word that there was going to be a duel between Christianity and paganism. And so there was this giant gladiator. He was undefeated. He was apparently undefeatable and just kind of a monster of a man. And he was fighting for the pagans, and the emperor had challenged any man in the empire to come and represent Christ and battle to the death in the arena. And so this man, Nestor, he was a little man actually, short of stature it says. He was short and he had a big heart though, and he was courageous, and he went to St. Demetrius in prison and asked him for his prayers and his blessing if he might compete in this, and he was blessed to do so, to go and represent Christ and the church in this duel against paganism. And so Nestor went, and of course we can guess what happened. He won. Well, the emperor was furious, not only because paganism was publicly humiliated in this David and Goliath type story, but also that he had lost his favorite gladiator. And so he ordered that Nestorus be martyred, and so he was. And then, knowing that Saint Demetrius was behind the whole thing, the emperor ordered that Saint Demetrius be martyred as well, and he was. So then they buried him in Thessaloniki, and what happened after that is where his nickname comes from, the myrrh gusher. Myrrh began exuding from his body, and it still does to this day, this sweet-smelling oil. It smells like heaven. And people come from all over the world to be anointed with this oil. There's great healing associated with the oil, and his grave always smells like it's heavenly. It smells like roses. So this is just another story, as I said, kind of a David and Goliath type of story. Another story of that illustrates what happens when Christ is with us. If Christ is with us, who can be against us? And in this great story of these martyrs who ultimately did pay the price and give up their lives for the sake of their Lord, they also received these crowns of glory, these crowns of martyrdom, and their story now 1700 years later has come down to us to inspire generation after generation after generation of Christian to follow the truth no matter what it costs us, and to trust Christ even with our own very own life, with everything that we have. So God bless you and protect you, set his angels as guards upon you, give you a courageous heart, and grant you peace. Christ is in our midst. He is and ever shall be.